Hey builders, Brick Ratty up here with the final part of my Brickworld haul, being the leftover parts from the custom companies that I bought from, including Ktown, Bricktactical, and I also picked up some Brickarms and Minibigs loose items there. In addition to that, I'll be showing off all the different goodies and freebies I got, including the Googix for my builds. And I'll start with those. One of the traditions of Brickworld is for the Brickworld Master, which is basically the highest person of honor at the convention. They pimp the builds for people the next year, and they'll build a mini version of their build or something related to things that they've worked on. Last year I ended up getting this really awesome waterfall build from Tin Liddy, which also has a functioning feature where you spin it and then the water flows. Super cool feature, and this was based off of their Oasis build that Eurobricks did. So this year I also got one of those, being this little movie theater set with the build from previous winter last year. So this is a fun little build, and I think it's a cool little tradition to hand out very cool builds like this. For me, I feel like this is the best honor I can get, since getting nominated for stuff is actually pretty rare. Usually each category only gets 5 different nominations, so getting a cool little trophy like this is perfectly fine with me. This is what I'm really looking for. This one also has a cool feature with a Lena Clear sort of sticker, so as you rotate it, the scene goes through transition of different pictures. So that's a very fun way to do this movie sort of theme. You know, you got the projector, some chairs, very nice mini build. Let's check out everything else. And this included an assortment of mini builds and stickers and one Bricks doubloon. A couple of these I just ended up meeting the people and getting the freebies from them, including Bricks, Tiago, and then Brick Warp, or Lando. I'll show off this torso in a bit. Very cool print and nice little tile. The rest of these though, you can see some different builds representing different aspects of the mocks that they did. Otherwise it's their Sig Fig sticker. Really, it's just whatever you want to do to just show some gratitude or appreciation for somebody's work. It doesn't have to be something super crazy, you know, it could just be single tile. I think this is a very cool tradition. Very glad that people like what I'm doing, like I said, and I'm going to continue to hand out stuff too, just because it is a very nice little feature there. Let's get a closer look at the doubloon. And it just comes in a nice little plastic sleeve. On the back has a skull and crossbones with the Lego style there. The hands look like Lego hands. Nice and hefty, so it is actually metal. And of course, you know, it just has Bricks doubloons on the other side with some more little detailing and pirate theming. Very cool to get this. Glad to meet him again. I've talked to him a couple times now. Very good guy. And if you want to buy some random Citizen Brick or custom Lego, check out his pages on Instagram. For this Brick Warp torso, it is just an overprinted Lego piece with Warp underneath some ammo clips and some pouches, so covering up most of the logo. But that's a cool little piece. Nothing on the back. Just fun to have a Sig Fig sort of piece that I can add to my collection. Not a big military collector, but hey, it was nice to meet him and talk to him again. Moving back to stuff that I bought, let's take a look at the Ktown stuff first, including their Jolly Bunker Buddy, or Lucy from Fallout, and some more Fallout tiles in the convention exclusive minifigure. Let's go ahead and unbag these parts first, which I really just bought Fallout stuff. They had some nice new tile prints, and of course some loose misprint torsos for the vault suit, so I picked one of those up. For the tiles, they just have some flag designs. You got the Brotherhood of Steel, NCR, and then the Enclave, Radaway, Mentats, and then they also had some molded stim packs. These came in silver or darker metallic silver, so a couple options for that. The rest of these were just printed on the normal tile colors that you see. And the exclusive minifigure here is going to join the one from last year, which also was printed by Ktown and fit the theme last year for Roaring 20s, and features a pad printed torso by Ktown. Just the torso's exclusive, and that'll be no different for the new one for this year. The theme was Let's Go Exploring. They made Pip and Reed from the Adventures line. Torso this time is going to be UV printed instead of pad printed, so different style than Lego. Let's take a closer look at that. Just a quick overview for the exclusive event minifigure. You know, you get the nice green jacket printing, the shirt, belt down there. Pretty simple yellow skin, so it is only going to be usable for yellow minifigure parts. It is UV. You can see that the shirt is a little bit grainy. That's just a side effect of the printing style there. But I think this was like $10, and I just thought I'd get it since, you know, it is a Ktown part. I got theirs last year, so it'd be kind of nice to keep them all together, and I am a fan of the Adventurers line, so it's nice to pick this up. The head is an official Lego part. It has 2 different expressions, and I do really like the use of this hair piece. It's one of my favorite female options for hair, so glad to have another one of those in the collection even. And Lego just released the new Johnny Thunder City set. I think she came in like a train set as well, so it's kind of funny to see them choose this minifigure since Lego has kind of been officially re-releasing them as well. I think even in the museum they had Dr. I want to say Cornelius, whatever his name was. But decent figure, glad to have another one of those. The clamshell design for Lucy is going to be pretty standard. You got some concrete as the main background, blue and yellow with the Vault Tech logo on the back there. And on the back, they're normal sort of write-ups about the company they're at, where you can find them. And again, more Vault-Tec logos. So let's get this figure out and check them out with the accessories too. Looking at Lucy, honestly, I wasn't expecting to want to pick up this minifigure since Minibigs is going to put one out, and I really wanted that one. But I just couldn't pass up on this. The printing on it is amazing. And it is a bloody shirt variant, also cut-up face variant. So I can still get this one and then get the Minibigs one, which would be my more clean version of the character. That's kind of my mindset there. The wraparound on the legs and also just printing on the arms really puts this above and beyond what you'd expect. Their printed Pip-Boy is probably the best design I've seen for that, since I do have the Bricktactical, and also I did finally get one of the Eclipse Graphics version ones. You just see the print quality and cleanliness of that just looks so good. And it is that silver instead of the more dark tan and olive that Pip-Boys have been typically in the Fallout universe. Included with the minifigures, their new molded tranquilizer gun, which also looks good in that silver. Fits great in the hand. It does have some wiggle room if you want to try and position it for photos. Getting that out of the way, more of the leg printing visible. See, it has holsters on just the one side, and then the black texture lines that match the arms as well on that side. On the back, the straps continue around too for the holsters, and then also the knee pads. I do really like the way that they did the knee pads with the black outline. It really looks like it is overlapping the straps. That's good to see there. Back of the torso has the 33 printing that is, based on the show. The gold printing on there looks great too, which is something that the UV versions kind of suffer from when they have to use yellow. And more modern games do have a lot more of the gold showing, so it is supposed to be shiny, and that is very effective here. The detailing on the torso looks great too, with the random devices for, I can't remember whether it is temperature sort of meters or hydration something or another. And of course, the face is pretty good likeness wise. I think definitely matches the point in the show where she kind of got beat up and cut up by the Mr. Handy. So great look there. I did not pick up the Firestar version of this, which I'm glad, since it is also the bloody version. So glad to have this one instead. And that's why I skipped out on the Ghoul, since I really like the Firestar version. But I have one more thing I want to show off with this minifigure, and that is what it looks like with the CMF hiker backpack, which I think fits pretty well for the backpack she uses. Unfortunately, with the ponytail piece, it isn't going to fit straight back, but if you just turn the head and put it in more of an action pose, then the hairpiece does end up working. So that'll be good for photos. And I know there are a couple other backpack molds that you could probably try out, but like I said, this is kind of the one that fits the character the best, and this is what I used in my Fallout mock at Brickworld. You can use it, but hairpiece is getting in the way. Maybe you can modify that, clip off the bottom of the ponytail, use a different hairpiece. A couple different options there, but that is what that looks like. Let's move on to the leftover parts, which are also great. I'm a big fan of all these tile designs. You get the nice accessory ones with some wear and tear on the Mentats sort of tin. The clear tile for the Rataway works out great. Flags also pad printed, nice clean detailing on these with the red lines, blue. And the white stars on this look really good too, where they are nice fine detailing. I really like the MCR flake though, how it uses the Lego bear and then stylizes it obviously to have the two heads. I think that's my favorite tile out of all of these, and I would definitely recommend all of these that they put out. I'm hoping they do more that are more of the accessory ones, because that's what I enjoy. And showing off the other torso, you can see it's the exact same, just on light blue instead of the normal blue. And the snip pack just fits perfectly in the hand. You have some rotation options for that. Really like the size and scaling of that just because it does fit perfectly. One side has the sort of dial, the other side is just flat. So perfect little piece. Yeah, I definitely could see people wanting to pick up a ton of those for a med bay of some sort. And torso is great too. This one obviously doesn't have the arm printing, unfortunately, but hey, very fun piece to have. Brickarms themselves were not at the convention, but I was able to meet up with Fresh Stock Block to pick up my order from them. And I picked up all of the new Brickarms Fallout guns, which I'll show off the figure we just showed off too. Plus we got some freebies, which are also nice to get. And for that, I got a nice variety of weapons, one sword and a bunch of random guns. So no complaints here, just fun to get some fun colors of some decent parts. I think this is going to be one of my favorites. Comes with a bar connection point, so you could put a blast effect in there or something. I'll figure out ways to use these, otherwise they'll sit in my bin. Ghoulie APOC revolver looks great with my fig barf for the ghoul. I got the dual molded version with brown and dark metallic silver, so that's probably my preferred look, especially for like an apocalypse gun. It makes sense for it to be darker, less shiny. Might be a little on the big side maybe, but it has some nice detailing in the mold, and got it to fit together with this minifigure for my mock. When the Firestar version comes out, I'll probably toss this on that version of the character, but it's also going to look good for any cowboy minifigure, I feel like. The 10mm design, I feel like, is a little bit on the big side, but if you toss it on a power armor figure of some sort, like the Nasty Bricks T60 here, it's going to look great. It was the intended use where it feels like it was made for the Brotherhood of Steel Knights or the military, whenever that was in universe. Again, dual molded, so there's the brown accents on the handle, and then also the pump right there. Nice molded detailing. I think overall the mold looks great and fits well with the power armor. Show off the assault rifle too. Again, using the power armor for this gun, since I feel like, again, a little bit on the bigger side, but great detailing. Obviously looks the way it should. Comes with the drum magazine there. Also, in my case, the Workshop Wonder I also got one for a normal magazine. A bullet belt sort of look. So that's the case for mine. I don't think all of them will have the same parts packed, but you just pop out the drum, toss in one of the other looks. So you have a couple of other options. Another part that I came with too is a mount part that you can add to the gun, put it on an anti-bar sort of piece so you can mount it on a vehicle. And I tossed on the other magazine right there. So very easy to swap that out, just did it off camera. But it's nice to have that and gives you more options for displaying this piece. Very happy with how it looks. And let's keep on moving. Moving on to Bricktactical, I picked up mostly Fallout stuff. Got their Nuka-Cola and Sunset Sarsaparilla crates, some of their molded Nuka-Cola bottles, Gonk Droid tile, another Fallout gun, and I picked up their Doomslayer. Not in love with the design, we'll take a look at it, but I actually picked that up with the intention of using the Input Bricks Doomslayer 3D printed parts with it. We'll show off how the parts fit. And I'm not going to get the painting done for this video, but eventually I'll end up showing this off with the paint job. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at all these parts. While we're at it, here are the Bricktactical guns first, and then the Nuka-Cola. I got one of their pipe rifles. I thought that'd be a nice accessory for the Fallout character. I threw down a Raider in my mock, and one of their plain Nuka-Cola bottles here. Bottle cap ends up coming off and just has a stud connection basically, so you could toss it on anything. That's what the bottle looks like without it. Feels a little half-baked, honestly, since it doesn't have any printing on it yet, but he said they were planning on printing them eventually. So you can either wait to get them or probably paint something on yourself. And they had a couple different color options. I got one Nuka-Cola Quantum version as well. So thought that'd be the best option for colors. I think the mold for the pipe rifle looks great and is a good scale. Let's move on to more parts. Like their crates, I got the Sunset Sarsaparilla one here first, which just has white printing, but there's printing on all four sides. Two of them have different printing. One says Fresh to Light, the other says Build Mass with Sass, which I believe both of those are from the game. Of course, the logo also very accurate to the game. I am a big fan of New Vegas. I'm sure a lot of people are too. These are great. It is a 2-pack worth $20 though, so this is basically a $10 value. Not 100% sure on that, but you know, there are 4 sides printed. So it does make a little bit of sense, I guess. And continuing off of that, here's the Nuka-Cola one. This one features Two different messages on the shorter sides as well. Have a nuke, it's the real thing. #1 drink of the wasteland. And that one probably wouldn't be very accurate since the wasteland didn't exist when these crates would have been made. Both sides are going to feature the same drink, Nuka-Cola Ice Cold. This one does have red and white printing. Both of those look decent. I think print on both of these crates looks pretty well. You can actually stack them since that's just one of the features of the Lego crate pieces. I have a little bit of difficulty with one hand, but there you go. More options if you get a couple stacks of these. That'd be kind of cool for a mock. Obviously, you'd have to buy multiple packs, but I do really like the look of these together. And I'll have to throw in some Sunset Sarsaparilla bottles too for a mock. Getting to the Doomslayer now, I just think this figure's weird. The accessories don't make a lot of sense. You know, you get the one futuristic gun, doesn't match the franchise. For some reason, they threw in the Ripper from the Fallout 3 and maybe New Vegas model. Doesn't match the chainsaw in the game. I don't know why they didn't just throw in a shotgun for the super shotgun, but they didn't. They didn't make a special mold or anything like that, so it ends up having this just normal motorcycle helmet with visor, which isn't super accurate. Moving past that though, the face, I feel like it has to be an official Lego minifigure head, but the eye printing is really weird and thick, and it doesn't feel UV printed. So if they did make it themselves, it feels like it might be pad printed, which would be weird to do the combo of both. It does have arm printing on both sides for the shoulder pads and gauntlet parts. It looks like printing is different on both sides. This one has more arm showing. Doesn't wrap around all the way, so you do get kind of that awkward flesh showing. Side of the torso is going to be completely printed. Same for, I believe, the legs going all the way around. You know, you're not going to have anything on the inside of the legs, which is pretty typical for some of these companies with the more affordable minifigures, obviously. I think the coloring is pretty decent on this. The head isn't going to be like a great choice or anything. I don't think it really matches the look of the game. Maybe this one does. Back one though, I don't know about that. I think the side of the leg printing is honestly pretty good, and the wraparound is not awful, where the alignment seems like it is pretty much the way it should be. Now they have some difficulty with that in some cases, and I do kind of like the shoulder brown piece, or whatever part of the armor that is. I think the wraparound of that looks pretty decent. Like I said, I do want to upgrade this figure though. But before I show off the armor pieces, there are some Easter eggs where it says Made in the USA on one side of the neck and then Bricktactical on the other side. And when I picked it up, I noticed it is kind of interesting that they are able to print through these studs on the back of the legs. The way the chest piece, shoulder piece lines up works very well. Very happy with how it looks. And it's nice. I throw this on and I get the flamethrower and grenade thrower. So nice little upgrade there. And getting the helmet on, I just think this is going to really tie together the whole look. And this way I don't have to use official parts and make a fig barf. I get the full detail. Of course, it puts a little pressure on me to paint it really well to match sort of the detailing here, but the extra detailing in the sculpt here is going to look a lot better than what I could do using official parts and what Bricktactical put out for the helmet. So it's going to be that best of both worlds. Obviously, I finally have to paint this. I've had it for like a year or two now. Haven't gotten to it, but I guess those will be kind of the inspiration to get it done. And just as a couple more loose accessories I picked up 2 of the Revan lightsaber hilts to throw on the Revan, printed by Light Customs with Brick Daddy or whoever made this. Wanted to get a version of this character, and I'm hoping to pick up Malik at some point for a decent price. Had to have both of them. And last but not least, and probably my favorite parts that I actually picked up from the convention are all of these figure parts, and then also some tiles and accessories from Minibigs. Got some really cool things in here, some Harambe torsos, which I'm very excited to finally have. Bunch to go over, so let's go ahead and cover these. Starting off with my loose bricks and tiles, and also I guess the mini pig from Minibigs. All very fun parts. For this one here, it is a print of this face print they did that they put on some bricks, but also put on normal minifigure heads. Just done like 10 times maybe. Very fun piece to have, and could be tossed in a build in some way. Not sure how I would use it, but saw it, thought it was really interesting. The pig here, it said mini. They had it on some torsos and also had it on other animals, I guess, but they were sold out already. Got their Puma shoe on a test brick. Nothing on the back of any of these. Very excited though, I got the double Harambe tile there with it printed on both sides. Missed out on all their Harambe stuff on the original release since I wasn't collecting yet. Glad to pick some up now. And that goes as well for the 2 torsos I got here, with the very small version of Harambe and the bigger version with no halo though. So both of these are kind of rarer prints. This was the original test, where it was a smaller look. And I think the bigger version is the one that was released. You can see this one had the halo, and the tile also had the halo. So it's also cool since it is missing some of the printing and it just has the gorilla on it. I love the Harambe meme, so it's great to have both of these in the collection. More cool parts that I picked out. I was able to basically complete the printed parts for 2 of his older minifigures that I missed out on, being David from Schitt's Creek and Dexter here. I also got one of these Sket Brock torsos overprinted on a Chitauri soldier. On the back of these though, it gets a little cool where I got the Dr. Ezevon, whatever his name is, torso printed on the back of that one. Just too bad that it is going over the print that was on there for the figure I wanted, but if I just display it from the front, not a big deal. Then the Detroit Tigers is also on the back of the Sket torso. Very cool to see some of these very obvious test prints where you're not going to be able to pick these up from the store at any point. Those are all cool to get. The last couple of loose minifigure parts that I got from Al, I got one of their Citizen Turtle torsos on light nougat, over molded Minecraft head with the alien head, 2 different trans orange heads with their smiley with the blood, and then also the money eyes with the gold teeth. And my favorite overprint, I got one of their classic 90s space style overprints with the Wu-Tang torso print on it. So I'm very excited to have that because I have a fig barf I want to show off. Nothing crazy on the back of these, just normal printed parts, just the one side. Very excited to have a new Minecraft head. I do like when they print on the random pieces, and I do think the print on this works very well. When it is on that size apart, it doesn't look super small or anything. Got a couple more combos left, featuring some more really cool parts. I got their Biggie Smalls torso on sand purple, a head with a couple different face prints on it, being both of the different versions of the Danny DeVito prints, as well as the Screaming Jackson head. Very cool to see that. And also, I guess it has the tattoo face, or one of them with the classic smiley. I got this mug with the anarchy symbol on both sides of it, and this cricket bat, which I believe would probably be a Brickarms part, has dollar signs on both sides as well, 3 of them. And this leg print has a belt print of some sort, not sure what figure that would be from, but I thought it would be a nice little pants print to have. Might as well get it. It also has belt printing on the back of it. Very excited to have a very cool sand purple part to have in the collection. And let's show off the one fig barf I talked about earlier. And that uses the Air Meg overprinted space legs that I already have. Really love that I got these, and now that I have the overprinted torso as well, this all together. It's just a very cool piece. I guess now I have to figure out an overprint for the mask maybe, but the shaping of it would probably make it very difficult. This is one of my favorite figures in my collection now. Very cool piece. And we have one very unique item left, and that is this battle droid with a bunch of pubes printed on it. These hairs were from the Eric Andre minifigure that I reviewed recently, and they printed on this, I think they said 5 times. So very weird piece to have, but hey, had to pick it up just because it's weird and unique. Not going to see this on the store. I don't know how many you made, probably 10 or less. But that's just the weird collector mentality. Sometimes you see something weird and unique, and I just have to pick it up. So that is why we bought this. That is all the custom pieces that I got from Brickworld. Let's get to the comparisons and the final verdict. Picked up a ton of great stuff from Brickworld this year, and the amount of Fallout stuff I heard that is coming out is really going to hurt the wallet, but very excited for all these accessories and minifigures, especially the ones from the show. Can't wait to get my Firestar figures too, to kind of compare everything a little bit more closely. This Doom figure, I guess I'll finally have to finish it since I have the figure parts now. Makes it a lot easier. And I've been working on like a 3D printed accessory video for like 3 years now. Maybe I'll finally finish that too. For me, I love getting old figures that I missed out on, parts to customize with, and I got a bunch of options there for all my fig barfs. Really love the random accessories I was able to get. And they're just, like I said, some very standout parts, like the Wu-Tang torso there. That is amazing. Glad to finally tie together that minifigure with overprinted parts. And this might be Ktown's best minifigure so far. Really love their Dune minifigures too, but printing on this on all the different sides, different colors. Just amazing. Very happy to see that. I hope that they put out more Fallout stuff going forward in addition to Lucy and the Ghoul. But let me know, what is your favorite part here out of all the Brickworld hauls? What's something that you wish you could pick up? And if you want to see more Brickworld custom Lego videos overall, check out all the videos on my channel. I've been Brick Ratty Up. I'll see you in the next video.